Hi everyone, I'm Eleanor from the KU Natural History Museum. Welcome to our online Discovery Day National Fossil Day event. We have an outstanding lineup of 17 different videos all about fossils for you today. Museum curators, collection managers, staff, and students have put together some truly amazing content for today's paleontology party. This is an all-ages virtual event with some videos showing hands-on activities, some taking us to remote fieldwork locations, and lots more. A few videos are compilations of clips featuring multiple scientists and research areas. And we even have some special guest appearances in store, such as avocational paleontologist Cameron Muskelly, the 2020 winner of the Paleontological Research Institution's Catherine Palmer Award for significant contributions to the field of paleontology. Be sure to bookmark our Facebook event page because in between today's videos, which will premiere every half hour from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m., we'll be sharing more information and activities on the event page. And if you can't join us all day long, don't worry. The videos will be available in the museum's Facebook video library and on our YouTube channel for later viewing. In honor of this year's National Fossil Day theme, which is Permian marine life, I'm going to start us off by talking a little bit about one of my favorite marine fossils, stalked crinoids. Crinoids are one of the most common fossils found from the Paleozoic era, which is the geologic time span that began with the Cambrian explosion 540 million years ago and ended with the end Permian mass extinction event about 252 million years ago. And in a little bit, I'll show you how to make your own stalked crinoid model at home. Here are some examples of crinoid fossils from Permian-aged rocks of Kansas. By far, the most common crinoid fossils are these stem-like structures. These are abundant in eastern Kansas limestones and shales, and many other places around the world also have marine rock layers from the Paleozoic era that preserve crinoid stems like this. However, in some areas like the Ordovician-aged rocks of northern Kentucky and southwestern Ohio, or the Permian-aged rocks on the island of Timor, you can get some beautifully preserved intact three-dimensional crinoid fossils. In fact, in a video that premieres at 11 a.m., you'll learn about crinoid fossils, plus lots of other fossils, from Timor with the museum's Invertebrate Paleontology Collection Manager. And then at 4 p.m., you'll get to go on a virtual field trip to a fossil locality in northern Kentucky. But what exactly are crinoids? Because of their shape, crinoids are commonly referred to as sea lilies, which evokes the idea of a plant. But crinoids are not plants. They're animals. Crinoids are a kind of ocean-dwelling invertebrate animal, meaning that they don't have a backbone. They belong to the echinoderm group, which means that they're closely related to starfish, sea urchins, and brittle stars. Although many millions of crinoids became fossilized over geologic time, and the entire group nearly went extinct at the end Permian mass extinction, a few species did survive and eventually gave rise to the crinoid populations we see in today's oceans. There are approximately 600 living species known, but only 80 or so of those are stalked crinoids, similar to the many stalked species of the Paleozoic times. The other 520 living species are free-swimming without a stalk to anchor them to the ocean floor. Stalked crinoids have three main sections: the segmented column or stem that would anchor the crinoid to the seafloor, the calyx, which is the body cavity where digestion would occur, and then the arms, which would filter food from the surrounding water. Together, the calyx and the arms make the crown. Typically, crinoids would have 5 arms that splay open for filter feeding. Filter feeding is when an animal captures food particles like plankton and decaying organic matter from the surrounding ocean water. Crinoids would do this via feather-like structures called pinnules that extend from the 5 arms. To better visualize the structure of a stalked crinoid, let's make a model. In order to make this model, you'll need pipe cleaners, beads, short pieces of thread or wool, glue, and scissors. Cut 3 short pieces off the end of one pipe cleaner. Wrap the end of a long pipe cleaner around the middle of the 3 short pieces to join them all together. This represents the anchor, called the holdfast. Thread some beads onto the long piece. This represents the stem of the crinoid. Then cut 6 more short pieces of pipe cleaner. Fold one of the short pieces in half and wrap its ends together and attach it to the top of the stem. Then attach the 5 remaining short pieces of pipe cleaner to form a 5-pointed star. These are the arms of the crinoid. Glue or tie some pieces of thread or wool to the arms. These threads represent the crinoid's pinnules. If you're using wool, separate out the strands to make the pinnules more feathery and lifelike. To make your crinoid stand up, you could wrap the holdfast around a flat rock or maybe a piece of cardstock paper. And now you have a stalked crinoid. Crinoids are really beautiful creatures with a long and fascinating evolutionary history. I hope that on your next nature walk, you can enjoy looking for fossils in the rocks around you. And if you're in the Lawrence area, you should definitely be able to find plenty of crinoid fossils, as well as individual columnals. Now stay tuned for many more fossil videos in honor of National Fossil Day.